Welcome everyone to another episode of The Bryside. Today we are in St Just for only a few moments because it's going to be a pasty day. And there is a well-known pasty from here that I have never had, or what I should say is a well-known establishment that sells pasties. I've never ever had a McFaddens pasty before. So, Shelley's with me. Shell Bell's over there. We are going to nip in, get a McFaddens, and then take it over to Levant Mine. Have a little look around Levant, coastal path down to Botallack. If it turns out to be a longer video than expected, we might split it in half. We might do Botallack kind of as a part 2, if you will. So, watch this space. Watch this space. We'll kind of make that decision as we go. Anyway, so, let's go check it out. Right, so we're just here in this car park. I think it's called Lefrauda car park. I'm not 100% sure on that. The main bit of the town, the square, whatever, is in that direction. So let's head there, head to McFaddens. And it's, well, I say early, I mean, it's not early, it's about 10:30. So, I mean, hopefully they've got some pasties on the go, because that would be a bit of a disaster. Do I hear one of those, like, musical, like, Piper vans? That's interesting. I do like the choice of song, Marching Through Georgia. That is something that you would not want to play in Georgia. If you know your American Civil War history, do not play this tune, if you can hear it, in Georgia.
Oh, look, it's a man.
A man? Right, so we've got McFaddens over there, we've got the Wellington Hotel off the church here in the background. Shelley just pointed out, it always makes you laugh, doesn't it, that this is like the square, you know, Market Square, whatever, here in St Just, yet it is clearly a triangle. Yankee Doodle playing now. Yankee Doodle dandy. Okay, we made it. What are you saying?
Fresh, award-winning homemade pasties.
Yeah.
Out of the oven daily on the hour between 8 and 12.
Excellent. Well, let's head in. Like I said, I've never ever had a McFaddens pasty. What? Thank you. Oh, I see.
You normally get 5 sausages, get 4 burgers in a pack, and then you can get something else, or you can just do it all loose and do it that way. It's completely up to you. Happy on that.
4 for 11 o'clock, is it?
Mission accomplished. Oh, we need to maybe pop into Co-op and get a drink. They did have some cans of drink in there. We were going to bring some water, but we forgot. So we'll have to get like a bottle will be better. Yeah. So we'll nip to the Co-op off camera because that'll be a bit boring. Head back to the car and then shoot on up to Levant. Made the short commute to Levant. And the first thing that you just notice out in these parts is just how barren it is to the eye. Very windswept. Beautiful day today. We've been wanting to do this little walk for quite a while, but we were waiting for some half decent weather. That's Levant Mine all down there. If you keep going a few hundred yards in that direction, you get to Geevor Mine, and we've done a video, quite an extensive video actually. It was a 2-part video that we did from Geevor, so if you want to see that video, I'll leave a link. We'll find out some more information in a minute. Now, as far as I know with Levant Mine has got the only Cornish beam engine still functioning by steam in its original location. I believe that is what makes Levant Mine, well, other than the beauty of it all, quite the attraction. I think that's it. I think there's a steam-powered beam engine down there that is still in location. I think that might be the only one in the world that still functions in that way. I don't know. We'll find out a little bit more in a minute. The other thing that Levant Mine is known for, I was going to say famous, but I think that's the wrong word, was the October 1919 disaster where a rod holding up the man engine failed and the whole man engine collapsed into the shaft and 31 men were killed. And I think they did rescue a number of the miners from those lower levels, but after the disaster, those lower levels of Levant were abandoned. This is similar to Geevor and all, these mines go out to sea, don't they, as far as I know. I believe that's the case, but yeah, so there was a terrible disaster here over 100 years ago, which did lead to the deaths of 31 miners.
Unrelated to the mine.
Unrelated to the mine, yeah.
It wouldn't be uncommon as well on this coast to see dolphins or seals.
Yeah.
Out in the sea.
Yeah, nice. Oh, there's information. Placard number 1. Levant Mine, the mine beneath the sea. It states here, in front of you are Levant's iconic Cornish engine houses, clustered around the mine's principal hoisting and pumping shafts, skip and engine. The shafts were sunk as close to Levant zone and the rich undersea workings as was possible. Miners extracted copper and tin for a mile distant from these cliffs and at a depth that reached over 300 fathoms, 549 meters below the seabed. There's that picture there, that building, that bit's gone, but you can clearly see these buildings right there. The little plaque here states here, the National Trust Levant Beam Engine Restoration 1993. This project was made possible by the work of Trevivick Society volunteers, many individual gifts and substantial grants from European Regional Development Fund, European Architectural Heritage Award, Penwith District Council, Rural Development Commission. Yeah, they're part of Penwith District Council. That's a thing of the past, because all the district councils in Cornwall were like bonded together to become Cornwall County Council a few years ago. Okay, this will change up our plans a little bit. Visiting Levant Mine and Beam Engine is by pre-booked tour only, so that's a little bit of a bummer. So we'll have to come back at some point, because it is something that we would like to see. We do like all of our Cornish industrial heritage on the channel. It's beautiful, isn't it? I forget sometimes how lucky we are living here. Shovel, how long do you think it will be until we consume our McFaddens pasties?
Good hours.
An hour?
Should we get to Botallack first?
Right, we're not going to walk too far in this direction because it is opposite to Botallack, which is the opposite way that we want to go. We were just going to pan the camera up towards Geevor so you can literally see, if you're not familiar with the area, how close Levant Mine is to Geevor Mine. You've got the Pendine Lighthouse way over there, and there were arsenic works, everything here, weren't there? All down this end, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we'll get that shot of Geevor in a minute and then head back in the other way. Like I said, if you want to see our Geevor video, I will leave a link in the description. In fact, there'll be 2 links of that video because it was split in 2. And there it is up there. There's Geevor Tin Mine, and that would have been the second to last mine closing, wouldn't it? Because the last working tin mine in Cornwall was South Crofty, and that closed in about 96, I want to say. And Geevor Tin Mine was starting to be wound down in the late 80s, and I think it finally closed its doors in the early 90s. Don't quote me on that, it's somewhere about that. It's been closed about 30 years, but it is now like a heritage site. You can visit it, obviously. It's very interesting, highly recommend. Yeah, there you go, Geevor Tin Mine. Danger. Mine shaft. Yeah, look at that. Also, Shelley, this time of year, don't step on an adder.
You see the mine shaft better now.
Oh yeah, you can see the shaft there, yeah. Beautiful shot there looking back at Levant. Again, Geevor, just over that way. What a beautiful shot. Beautiful day. It's a little bit breezy. For us walking, actually, it's quite nice. I'm not going to lie, but the breeze is quite nice. But hopefully it's not too sort of on the audio. Do you want me to do that again? Do you know where the man engine was invented?
No.
Have a guess.
Here?
No, I think it was Germany.
Do you know where the Davy lamp was invented?
Well, I mean, Humphrey Davy was from Penzance.
There you go.
Did he invent it in Penzance? That's the question.
I have no idea, but he invented it at Penzance.
Yes.
It was Penzance.
Excellent. Do you know where the safety fuse was invented?
I do know where the safety fuse was invented.
Where?
It was invented in Tuckermill.
All this heritage. Heritage.
Well, Germany's not a heritage.
Oh, not Germany, no. No. Well, not again, with a family tree, not that I've discovered. It's like circular structure. I wonder what that would have been. Because I thought initially, well, perhaps it's a remnant of a chimney, you know, being circular, but then there's like a door in it. I don't know. I won't fall down. Hopefully not. I know I do fall over quite a bit in these videos. Again, it's because I'm concentrating on the filming. This little outcropping of rocks here. It's like granite protrusion. Overlooking. So as if you've got to be a rock. What a beautiful place to be a rock. But do you know what I mean? Out looking around all this. Nice. Oh, hello, dog. Yeah, if I had to be a rock, I would choose to be, I think, a hard rock. Because I wouldn't want to be like sandstone, where given eons you could be reduced to dust. And I know ultimately, I suppose, hard rock, given eons, can be reduced to dust. But I think I would have a longer life, a happier life, if I was a hard rock here, overlooking the sea. I mean, where else would you want to be a rock? I mean, I could understand potentially the Grand Canyon, Monument Valley, all these phenomenal places in like North America, up into the Canadian Rockies. That would be a pretty cool place to be a rock. I don't know, what do you have, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, would you not want to be like a precious rock and be collected and stored and loved in a museum?
Well, I mean,
Because you would have spent, presumably, millennia.
Well, you would have, I mean,
outside.
and you think like how rare gold is. I don't know. I do think about these sorts of things sometimes. I don't know if I would like to be in a museum, really. I mean,
Or a piece of jewellery.
piece of jewellery, but then, I don't know, like owned by, I don't know. Here, you're owned by no one. Well, apart from, I suppose, the National Trust. How beautiful is this? Also, just about what I was talking about a minute ago, about being a rock. If you have any thoughts on that, if you were a rock, where would you like to be in the world? Let me know in the comments. Clamber over this wall. Oh my goodness. There we go. Easy for a Cornish athlete like me. Remember, like when you're a kid, how awesome it would be, or how awesome it was to like roll down a hill. You know, you like roll on your side, wouldn't you? You definitely wouldn't want to do that here. We're coming up on Botallack now. It's a fairly short walk. It's only about a mile. We've just come across this like former industrial, almost like wasteland. You could describe it as. All these rocks strewn all over the landscape. Up there as well, more sort of mine workings of some description. Look at that, it's got like a metal grill over the top. know if I can get a shot down there, but...
You need to put it on your...
Oh yeah, I can put it on the tripod. Okay, we did it. We're on the tripod. And we still can't really see anything. Yeah, look at this. All this rubble brought up, presumably from underground. Strewn here. Unwanted. Always on the lookout for adders. You don't want to get bit by an adder.
He says taking her through the grass and the leaves.
Can I just point out something that's made me laugh? And I've only really noticed in the last sort of few minutes. Here we are trekking around, and look at your shoes. not the best choice of footwear. What did you say this was?
A trig point, isn't it?
Trig point?
Yeah.
I don't know, no idea.
I mean, everything.
Look at that. Do you think there are just mines everywhere here?
Yes, there's a lot.
We haven't gone more than a few hundred yards, and I mean, there literally is just remnants everywhere. Man, really want to tuck in to that McFaddens pasty. I've heard good things. I've heard good things. We're nearly there. Which direction do we go in? Okay. Obviously it does go without saying, but this path literally right beside a very big drop. I expect that will be fatal. Shell bell.
Yeah.
I just want my pasty.
Stop being a child.
Just want my pasty. You know, as of the recording of this, I haven't eaten a pasty for over a week. I'm in withdrawal. Ah! I haven't got my pasty t-shirt on today. I got my Quarks bar. If you know, you know. Come across this sign. There's that's where we're going, the byway to Botallack. We're here pretty much now at Botallack. And then your footpath, 1 3/4 down to Cape Cornwall. That way, obviously, Levant. Back where we came from and where we will have to walk back to because we left the car there. Yeah, look at that there. I want to say, I think that's, is that called the head frame? Is that called the head frame?
I am with you as in
I think that structure is the head frame. Obviously, one of your engines there behind, and shell bell scene, like all these, like, I assume, again, we're not experts, but like this would have been like your mill. I assume this was your mill. Like shaking tables, potentially working with gravity. I would have thought so. I would imagine. Like I said, I'm not experts. If you know, let me know in the comments what you think this is. My assumption is it's the mill. I do love that, like, arched window. That does look amazing. Look at that. Beautiful backdrop there out at sea. Awesome. Finally, I have worn down shell bell with the talk of pasty consumption. I'm going to sit up there somewhere and enjoy the beautiful view with our McFaddens pasty. Okay, we're kind of just thinking maybe here, sit down on this wall. Just get like brackets there that would have held something in place long ago. Yeah, I think this is a fairly decent spot to consume a pasty. Yes, I'm excited for this. Are you excited? Oh, look at the classic underside there. Burnt goo juice. Looking pretty good. Yeah, full of delicious meat. The veg in there all delicious, and I always kind of term it like individual. You can always, it hasn't turned into the mush of a mass-produced pasty. Nice pastry. Not the hottest, but that's only because it's been in my bag for the last hour. So that will be the reason for that. So far so good. Really delicious pasty. Nice. What are your thoughts on the pasty?
Very tasty. I've got the medium,
Yep.
but very packed.
Oh yeah, we might. I can't remember if we said they were. So basically, they seem to cook them in batches of like every hour. They'll bring them out, and we obviously have the 10 o'clock batch, and there was only one large left and 2 mediums, wasn't it? Something like that.
So I sacrificed myself.
You sacrificed yourself so that I could enjoy this thing of Cornish beauty. Did you think I was talking about me then? This thing of Cornish beauty.
What, that I sacrificed myself for you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ba 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 ba. This was very windy, so I did a voiceover for you to enjoy. Would you have another McFaddens pasty?
Yes, I would.
It was delicious.
It was very nice.
It would be interesting to see what they're like hot.
Yes.
Because that was just like, yeah, like lukewarm, because again, it's been in my bag for an hour, a couple of hours. So, yeah, at some point we'll have another McFaddens and a bit hotter.
It was nice. It was robust pastry, so it didn't
Yeah.
like crumble apart. It was well packed.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's loads of innards in it.
You could
Nice
tell the
meat.
difference between the different veg. It was still identifiable, but cooked, you know.
Yeah.
But it hadn't turned to mush.
Yeah.
So I'd eat it again.
Big thumbs up for McFaddens pasties. Look at that, like circular shape there. What?
Circle, yes.
Do you reckon that on occasions, like some witches hold like little ceremonies in there? Oh, look at this. I'll have a little explore in there. Let's get down there. We have been to Botallack, but I haven't been to Botallack for quite a long time. We had lunch, didn't we, years ago in that pub? And it was, I remember it being really nice actually. Maybe we'll revisit that at some point. Way before we were ever, like, you know, YouTubing. So, before we were married, possibly. Yeah, it was a while ago. See if we like the scar there where obviously a roof has come out. Just going to open up the door that's not here. Yeah, check this out. Amazing. Obviously leads around the front. Let's have a look at the size of that geat screw. Correct. There's a series of them there in the wall. intricate brickwork. What the purpose of like that opening would have been. You know, clearly not a door. You've got like these grooves or like recessed areas in that brickwork. Again, if you know, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Oh look, there's a shell bell. Stepping up into this structure. That's where I was. That's where Shelley is. I came in through that door. Ruins here at Botallack. I actually forgot how extensive they are. You see why Botallack is one of the more popular heritage sites to visit in terms of mining. Look at this. Arched door down there. Oh, it's like an arched door in here, like leading into like a I don't know what how can I describe that? Into like inside. Oh, echo. Oh yeah, check this out. Oh, hello. So these like grooves in the floor. Wonder what like this. See, it leads out here, and there's the arched doorway. The shell bell. Oh, there's loads of them. Let's have a little look this way a minute, and then we'll go back over to the other side. What in the name of heck is the purpose of these? What did these do? It just keeps going. Well, let's just keep following it until the end, the bitter end. This is one long take. I'm just going to let the camera roll, because why not? The endless crooked passage. What the heck would have been the purpose of this? Any ideas? What the heck this is?
Temple?
A temple. And there we go, out to that arch. Must have had a purpose. Again, if you know, let me know in the comments, because that's really intrigued me. That's really bizarre. Let's have a little look on this side. Don't worry, I'm not going to film the entirety of this section. Yeah, it's going to lead back out there. Definitely duck. Yeah, so if I'm even at this level, I'm having to crouch. And again, these grooves in the floor. Wonder what that would be, or what they would be made from. Okay, I'm going to stop filming now. So possibly, we were just chatting to a couple of people having a little look around as well, and they were informed that potentially this was something to do with arsenic.
Yeah.
Like heating up the arsenic, or like the, I don't know the process, to be honest. But maybe something to do with like an arsenic works. Again, if you know, let us know in the comments. That's interesting, Shelbot. Do you remember way over that way on the path?
Yeah.
We came across that like stunted circular thing,
Yeah.
and I thought initially it was a chimney, and then I thought, well, it couldn't have had a chimney because it had a door in it. But actually, maybe it was at some point, because there is like a little small door here. I mean, it's only like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 feet, like, you know, high, but yeah. All right, good to know. I've got a question for you.
Alright.
So obviously Botallack,
Yeah.
Poldark.
Yeah.
Could you see me riding on a horse, bare-chested? Because that's what we all did in Cornwall, according to Poldark, or certainly like the gentry. You know.
You wouldn't have been gentry, it's fine.
How do you know? How do you know? Oh, I've certainly been looking at the family tree, so yeah. Are you ready for the money shot? Here at Botallack, looking down towards the Crown's engine houses. Look at that.
That's the famous one.
World famous. Crown's engine house. Houses, plural. There you go. I'm going to follow the footpath down that way. It's been years since I've been like kind of in that vicinity. I've been, you know, been to Botallack in recent years, but not for a long time. So I can't remember exactly how far you can get. There is a footpath that will take you quite a way around, but see how far we get. Such a famous, iconic site here. Worldwide fame at Botallack. Probably the most iconic engine houses, I would say. I mean, to me, being Cornish, I mean, they are all iconic, really, but these ones here at Botallack, very, very iconic. Here it is, the money shot. You took the words right out of my mouth. You've just said, "Look at the colour of that sea," and that's what I was just about to say when I pressed play on the on the camera. But I mean, look at that. Look, well, not play, record. You know what I mean? Press the button. But look at that. That, you know, look at the colour of that sea.
So green.
It is so green. Looking back up the trail there, the path up there towards those ruins. Yeah, so much here. Botallack, lots and lots here to explore. Highly recommend, if you're a tourist or a local, make sure you check out Botallack, because it is so iconic, world famous. Also an interesting perspective of these cliffs looking up. We obviously always look at these cliffs from like the cliff walks that are above them, and it's quite strange to kind of look up at these cliffs, these magnificent cliffs. And again, touching back onto the subject, if I were a rock, I'd like to be that one right there. Also, as like breathtaking as this view is, it's not to forget that you've got all of this as well to look at. Unbelievably beautiful. Definitely got to watch your step. You would have to be physically able. I know that sounds obvious, but you would have to be physically able and relatively fit to come down this path, really. You could get to like Botallack and stuff if you were a little bit less able, absolutely, but for this bit really, no, you would need to be good on the old pins. Stepping into this like rectangular shaped building. Obviously it would have been, you know, some sort of roof, some sort of enclosed space. Again, my knowledge isn't good enough to know exactly what this section would have been, but just looking over down towards the sea, look at that. Shell there taking a little selfie. I could do the same with the video. Look at this. Oh, that's you. Look, like I'm holding your head. It is quite pleasant. There is a plaque up there on the wall on the inside of the first engine house that you get to, but it looks quite weather worn. Maybe the zoom can pick it out, but I can see crowns. There's obviously crowns engine houses. Very difficult to pick up what that says, but essentially this is inside. Well, I'm just kind of on the cusp. This is inside this engine house, and presumably, again, like we've mentioned a few times, not, you know, I'm not an expert, but I presume, you know, like this would have been like your beam thing coming out there, wouldn't it? Which was powered by steam. Yeah, like through maybe that rectangular. Or maybe even up that top bit, maybe. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so you can't get down to that engine house that I can see. I thought you couldn't get to the two of them. I knew you could like come down most of the way, and obviously we were able to get to this section, but yeah, I didn't think that you could get down to that one. It has been like roped off. Where I walked down to a minute ago, there's like a rope down there to stop you going down. And oh, but yeah, there it is, the famous engine houses here, the Crowns engine houses at Botallack. Nice. Do you know what, Shellbell? We've got to walk all the way back up that like path up the cliff.
We do. Let's sign up from here so they don't have to hear us huffing and puffing.
Yeah. Oh man, right. Up we go. Well, what a beautiful day, beautiful walk. Started out at Levant. Well, actually, technically we started in St Just. Went to get our McFaddens pasty. Went to Levant. We're a bit sort of bummed that it was like you had to be, yeah, that was the idea, to go and see the working beam engine. But that's okay, we'll just come back, we'll pre-book and whatnot and sort that. So obviously I'm walking down to Botallack, which we have managed to do in one video. We were thinking about chopping it in half, but that was obviously when we were thinking that we were able to do the Levant side of it. So What a beautiful, beautiful place. Highly recommend. I mean, this entire coastline, absolutely beautiful. If you're not familiar with it, highly recommend coming here. We're going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell. You can see the engine house there in between us. So from us to you, cheers and gone. Shelbo, perhaps would you like to be one of these rocks?
I don't know.
What a view.
With a nice view, yeah, maybe.
Bonus footage. Look at this. Where does it lead? Where does it lead? I'm not going to find out.